Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. Don't be shocked, I've just zoomed out a little bit, so it might be a little bit small, but that's intentional here to get a good idea of what's actually happening here on the daily time frame. Some of you have asked me to outline more clearly what the relevant pivots are here on our daily chart, on the daily time frame. Because important is to just understand what the junctures are, right? You know, where could things go wrong, or what are the relevant support levels, and not just the immediate, let's say, not just what's the kind of directly in front of us, but also, you know, doing a bit of scenario planning, sketching out the different pathways the market could take. I think it could be an interesting video, especially because the market hasn't moved much here. Today, it's Saturday, Monday, stock market close, so I don't expect many crazy movements over the weekend, but hey, I'm here to be surprised and impressed. But I think probabilities for major movements are low. Nevertheless, it could happen. So, but anyway, we wanna take a look at the daily chart first, and I'm going to zoom in, take a look at the microstructures. But again, a lot of you have asked me to show you more in depth the different pathways on the daily chart, and that's often what happens, right, when we are at critical junctures, because people want to know what to watch out for. Now, it's early days, right, in a correction potentially. I mean, this correction here could still be seen as this wave 4, and that really hasn't changed at all. The difference to all of these wave 4s that I've tracked before with you guys from the December highs 2024, from the March high 2024. Okay, everything else was wave 2s then. But the difference basically is, at the time, I strongly expected further upside, which kind of materialized beautifully. However, we're now at a point where the wave structure can be considered technically complete. Doesn't mean the bull market is complete, right? Doesn't mean we have topped. I find it too early to confirm that. But there's nothing wrong with planning for a larger correction. Nothing wrong with planning. Again, the difference is the wave structure can be considered complete. There is a wave count, and there wasn't one before, at least not an ideal one. Now we have an ideal one where I can even call the move up from the April low as complete. So just something to watch out for. Now, in let's say the most directly bullish scenario, we're actually dealing with the white scenario, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Just want to highlight the boundaries here, guys. It's important that the price holds above $101,550 to keep this perspective alive, because we're dealing here with the 50% retracement as key support. That's the 50% retracement of the third wave rally, right? And as long as it's holding, this is a valid perspective. Below this level, this scenario will not get invalidated, but it will become far less likely in favor of a broader correction. So to keep it simple, in the white scenario, which should take us to another high directly, while I have no evidence the correction is complete, we should see a bounce before the market breaks below 101,560. And within this scenario, I don't expect the correction to be finished, right? So we could still go a little lower. That's kind of been very consistent over the last week or so. There was no evidence that we would already be on our way to all-time highs, okay? So, but this can happen, but a little lower seems likely. Okay, but then where I've placed that green circle, you know, we could start that fifth wave up from there, but if the bounce, and I would expect a bounce from there somewhere anyway, if the bounce is corrective in nature, so simply a 3-wave move up, then whether we like it or not, the market will likely give us another 5-wave move down. And I've added here this support zone, and you see there's an area where we have several Fibonacci levels overlap around 102K, 101,550, 102K is very close together. Just something to watch for. So this is an area of increased interest. Yeah, area of interest. In addition to that, where we are now is already an area of interest, around 106 to roughly 105 to 107K. So, as explained in yesterday's update. But Microstructure suggests lower for now. And again, it will be here the structure of the bounce that will tell us, okay, are we on our way in the fifth wave, or is it turning into a broader correction? When we then have a larger three-wave move complete, it's the same game. It could be a wave 2 correction. A larger 1-2 setup would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. Yeah, people might be bearish about it, and a wave 2 feels bearish, but guys, there would be another opportunity. It will depend on the indicators and everything and the structure. So it's too early to say, okay, this will be a wave 2. But actually, people are hoping for that white scenario. But I'm telling you something. If we get another 1-2 setup as shown in blue, which at this point is a bit speculative, but I wanted to bring it onto the chart, then this could be very, very bullish, because a third wave can then take us to potentially 150k plus, right? So I think that would actually be amazing for various reasons. It would be a corrective pullback into a lower support area, lower prices for entry, for those, maybe another entry point this bull market. The indicators would likely be oversold, so it would be a fairly low risk entry for those who want to take it. And it would set the stage for a rally to 150k. So nothing wrong with that. That's just something to track. But then again, the risk is this is just a larger A wave, and we're forming another B wave bounce. If after this we get a corrective rally, it'll take us down again a little bit further, right? So this is how we're going to track the pathway into a potential bear market while watching at each juncture for opportunities. I think that's the best way of handling it. Again, that's based on current price data, right? But that should give you some clarity. That's based on current price data. Price data might become clearer. You know, we get some more clarity as we go along. And that's obviously what I'm going to watch for. Now, let's take a look at the shorter time frame as well. Gonna need to zoom in again. So, and, oops, hold on. I mean, here on the smaller time frame, nothing has changed. This is the decline mapped out to around about 101,650. It might be, it'll be close, okay? We'll see. What we have here are a few levels. I mean, we have this support level here around 107,300. We've got the Fibonacci support at around 106,550. Another structural support level at around 105,300. So from this area, we might start the bounce in wave 2 in orange. No evidence really it started, but it would be good if maybe over the weekend we see a slow upside move. I don't think too much will happen today. Sorry, don't think it'll be too exciting today with Monday stock market close and people just taking a day off. But that would be what I'm watching for this weekend, potentially the start of a wave 2. Please note, this is not the start of a new rally or anything. At least I would expect this to be only a corrective bounce for now. Yeah, okay, of course, surely broader correction is possible, a corrective bounce or something. But for now, I'm simply watching here for a reaction to these levels. There might be one, but as I said, it's small. So first resistance I'm watching is this area here between $109,674 and $112,173. We might be on our way to this resistance area already. That's what I'm going to watch for over the weekend. And I'll keep you updated if anything materializes. But for now, we don't really have enough action there to be, to confirm that further, right? But there's, the bulls are trying to show up exactly at that level here, by the way, which is one of our support levels here from previous swing lows early in July. That's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. I also invite you to join us on X for additional updates, chart updates, video updates, news, and much more. So if you don't want to miss things, follow us here. Recently, YouTube, for example, had a technical issue, and I uploaded a lot of videos here, for you guys to watch here first. That can always happen. It's actually quite common. So feel free to follow us here to stay informed. Thanks so much, and have a great weekend. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for watching the videos on this YouTube channel. If you've been thinking about joining MCO as a member, now might be a great time. You can use the link in the video description and apply the discount code right below it. You will get 50% off your first month of our Gold membership, and you can explore everything we offer. It's the easiest way to test the membership, see if it's a good fit for you, and get a feel for the community, join the conversation, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in our member area.